check. All right. Get my notes up. And welcome back to the Minds Wide Open fucking podcast. We have a very interesting episode here today. I have no idea how this came about. It just did, as often happens in such situations. To my left here, and I'm praying to God I say his name correctly, is hailing from Germany, the rapper Katarsiz.
What up?
That was a good accent. So that's awesome. To his left is Kevin. I didn't get an official cool name for you, but I'm going to call you Kev-1-Take because that's your IG.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Kev-1-Take, the videographer extraordinaire in the building. And to his left, his brother, 4Heavensake.
Yeah.
Back in the building, as always. And I am your host, Cool Hand Luke, a.k.a. Deific Educe. Try saying that. Don't do it. And this is a beautiful, Wednesday night, evening here? I don't even know what day it is. Is it Thursday?
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
Thursday.
Wow.
Throwback Thursdays.
I lost this whole day. This has been crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. This is interesting, and I'm hoping to get some information I may not have otherwise, because foreign market, better videographer than me, cool rapper, cool vibe. I'm here to learn. Okay,
thanks.
Let that be known off rip. I generally like to start with random news-related things, but there's nothing positive of note as of late. So
Right.
I'm relatively going to skip that.
Skip.
But that really starts me off with me having saved up, not asking you any questions the time that you've been sitting here. I'm very curious to, number one, just get a feel for you as an artist in general. Like, not to ask the such typical question, but about how long have you been really actually making records? And, can you, just give me a little bit of your journey, if you had to, at this point as an artist?
Yeah, no problem,
'Cause
yeah.
I don't know much.
Yeah.
Or anything.
So I basically started, writing with 14 or something, just as a kid like this, yeah. And also on lyrical, yeah. My focus was on lyrical stuff, yeah. It also now is on lyrical stuff.
I
And
can relate. I can.
14 and just rapping, on the street in Germany, in Frankfurt, doing ciphers and stuff.
Awesome.
Going all the years just in the streets and ciphering, some battles, some here. We also got a...
What's your record?
Huh?
Your battle record.
Battle record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You batting 1,000. You like 5-0, 10-0.
What's your record when you battle?
Wins and loses?
Have you lost? How many losses do you got?
Okay.
Any disputed ties in there?
Yeah.
You got a reputation over there?
We got, I've got a friend with me, and we both like everyone who came up the street, we destroy him, we eat them, we eat them, really, we eat them, So basically in Frankfurt, because it's a big hip hop scene also, like in Frankfurt and Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, the big cities, and it was very fun, But then starting. Making movies, music videos. It was like by the age of I don't know. My first one was when I was 22 or 21, like this. And
so is that like around when you started really taking it seriously?
Yes. It was more. I was taking it more seriously, but you know how life is. You end up. You're doing shit. And then you end up in jail for a few times, and then come out, and and then also back then. I decided to take a step back, and focus on music video school and stuff, because I want to do my own videos, because it was also expensive back in the days to do a video, if you don't have enough money, and that's also where the time where I get to know him, Kevin,
Right.
in the school there, by 22, 24, I don't know, something like this.
I don't remember anymore. But
Was it a couple years back?
Yeah, a couple of
years,
years.
So you go way back.
Yeah, it kind of like, I don't know. I think it must be. I did my master already, and you started bachelor or something, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years
So,
back.
I have no idea how long school takes.
Man,
Depends. I mean, it depends.
Me
I
also.
could have done it in 2 years, but I'm still in school.
Yeah.
But well, that's pretty awesome. Like, so did you ever get to a point battling? Sorry that I keep going to the battling thing, but when I hear an aggressive rapper, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So basically, what's your extent of you ever take any L's, any losses, or like any great battle stories that kind of put you where you are?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
Yeah, I gotta keep talking to fill
yeah,
the space.
yeah. But it was more like like on the street, there was no opponent,
No unworthy.
no enemy no more, and then it's getting boring, on the street to battle, and then you go home. And for me, it's battling. It's an art for itself, yeah. But writing lyrics has more potential for me, I think,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's why I just like to ask about that side, because that's kind of the fact, right? Like, if you love it that much, you kind of have to do these extra things that might not really get you anywhere because you just love it that much.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I see that. Like, do you still cipher or anything like that?
Yeah, just with friends, or when we drunk out in the city, and then some guys rapping there. Come on, we go eat them, or go you two, and then bam, and then it's nice, it's fun. It's also
the sport of it.
Yeah, the sport of it, and it's also the spirit. Yeah, the
Absolutely.
spirit. Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but then it's getting boring like this, and then started making music videos. And my first professional music video was like not long ago, 1 year ago. Yeah. And to that point now, I also focus on promotion stuff and get in contact with other people and connect.
Yeah. I mean, you got to the point where you're like, oh, look, it's all about the relationships.
Business, yeah. Now you're getting older, then you have to expand.
Out, yeah. That's the key.
Yeah.
Well, I guess moving a little bit into potentially your story, I'm kind of curious of the same like comic book origin of you deciding your path. I mean,
Well,
I've looked at your work and I very much am impressed. Like I think your visuals are awesome.
Thank
so
you very much.
I'm very
Thank you very
curious, like what led to that.
Well, the thing is really, I started with music, I was going to Miami all the time, visiting my family, met my brother all the time, and he was also an awesome rapper, He was showing me the spitting stuff and always some new beats, and be like, yo, I gotta show you this. I was like, wow, man, that's crazy. And, I kind of started with the music thing too. But in Germany didn't have the potential back then, Nowadays it's different, but back then there was no potential for German rapper, And I kind of switched over to the video side because, I liked it and I did some video stuff already, but I wanted to get it know better, So you know your stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I get started. And we shot a music video for some German newcomers back then. I think it was 2012, Celo Abdi.
Okay.
And it just blew up. So they keep on asking, hey, you want to do a music video? And that's how we build up.
So you were sort of at the forefront of the German scene really going
somewhere. Right. They're like 4 or 5 major music video production companies. And, I don't want to be like, pushing it too high, but I think like the 3 best, we're one of them.
All right, it is.
That's something to be proud of, man.
But
That's awesome.
like I said, it's like already like it's 2019, so 6 years of work. Struggling the first years was really hard, but nowadays the business is getting better, the money is coming, Spotify, everything. So it's kind of
awesome.
It's kind of filling
and
up
it's
now.
great to be at the forefront of something like that.
Right. It's a beautiful job, man. It's a beautiful job. You come around a lot. I travel to so many countries. I see so many people. It's nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. And especially being with those rappers, man, I tell you, man, always good food, weed, everything you want, man. It's just like
good.
Someone needs to educate the Florida rappers how to treat their,
Yes, this is true.
people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
As an engineer here and videographer, I feel like I could get a little more food. Someone bring me lunch, you know what I mean?
For real. Let them know, Luke.
yeah, man.
But that's awesome, man. Like, clearly you guys are both passionate about it, and
for sure, yeah.
I wish I had kind of known this was going more this direction. I would have prepped more questions and better ones. But I'm curious if maybe Hev can fill the gap with some sort of anecdote or something he's curious about relative to either of you, because he brought you here. So this is on him.
Well, yeah, I got a couple of questions. Yeah, I mean, what would you say about, like, you said you're like an old school kind of artist, like me, kind of, like you would like more boom bap over today's new age sound and everything like that. Do you think that the new age, do you think that the new wave we're talking about, him being at the front of everything, do you think this new sound is more tailored for the new age, or like, what is the blend? You know what I mean? Like, because I hear a lot of the music from overseas, and they tend to stay true to it, or they're in the past, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
but their music sounds
was
more
it the
organic.
era that was influencing it?
Yeah.
Like, what really like caused the culture of the scene to look like it does? Because I mean, you hear it and it's quite impressive. Like, I don't understand it, but I can.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm a rapidy rapper. I understand flows. And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I really appreciate just what I do hear from it. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell that it's something. A message is really trying to be pushed across,
Right.
which is very different from a lot of the modern American scene, because it's almost now the opposite, where the generation has to resist the previous generation, and the previous generation was about the message.
Right.
So now it's the anti-version of that. I'm curious how you guys perceived like the influence in the German scene.
Yeah, well, America is the most important thing when it comes to influencing Germany, and because the music is coming from there, hip hop is coming from there, so everybody kind of watch what the Americans do, But like I say, we got a lot of different cultures over there also, like a lot of Russian people making music in Germany right now, Turkish people,
American people, French
people, right?
Yeah.
And they all have their style, they all have their like voice, how they speak, accent. And I think that's kind of they see what America is doing and they try to put it in their own way, But still, rap is rap, and some stuff is kind of similar, you know what I mean? Because you can't just switch everything, right? But I think right now I see the potential of the new music that's coming. For like you should know it, Teal and Orange. The video
Not
effect.
off top.
But teal and orange is like when the skin tones are like really orange and the background is all blue. It separates the person you're looking at from the background, right? Which gives the audience a point to watch, because I want the audience to watch the person, right?
See,
not
I
the
knew I'd be
background.
learning here.
And I think nowadays, like a lot of people say, I don't want to see this teal and orange stuff no more. I don't want to see it no more because everybody's doing it. But the thing why everybody's doing it, because it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it helps
when
the
something
audience
works.
to focus on something. And I think that's what kind of happened with the new music, even though with this autotune, a lot of people do it. Some people overdo it. Some, they use it just like a little bit for, But I still think it's like a little tool that helps you just to improve your stuff, Like the teal and orange, don't use it all the time. Don't
Training
oversaturate.
wheels.
Right. It's, it got to be leveled. And like I said, I think like the industry in Germany is growing like a lot right now, like really a lot. I could never imagine the industry.
I should definitely pop up on that scene.
Oh yeah, it's like crazy right now. It's like, they get in there, man. They get like.
I feel like I, as an artist, might be understood better there.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit of the I want to get my message across more. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about it or how I be perceived. This is a wild speculation, but I feel like a lot of and just like a lot of the places that you named in the surrounding areas, like they're kind of going there because that's the hub in the area, right? Of hip hop.
Right.
So I feel like there's a more universal appreciation there. That
I agree. I would agree. The market as a whole is that way. You know what I mean? Like the whole market is willing to take something that's original that doesn't sound like that guy. That's why, another thing I was going to go into is what's the female rap scene like out there
That's a good question.
in Germany?
It's not so big right now. I mean,
No,
there's
I
some,
mean, it's
there
not
there's
that big.
there is some
They're coming some
there are some
female
there are
songs,
some artists like this one girl. It's called ST.
Okay.
But she did some music stuff and she had a hit, but now she's more into modeling. I never heard some since then before, but I think she's still working on it. But she got so many.
So
model
she looks
deals.
good. So she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be in the
She got
studio
so
anymore.
many model deals right now. You just see her pictures here, pictures there. But there are some of them. Schwester Eva. But
She's a Russian prostitute.
And she raps.
and she raps, and she's
Oh.
fine as hell, man.
About
That's
sucking
crazy.
cocks.
There's a
Okay.
strong theme of talent that comes from, such
Luke.
adversities.
I mean, I can't even judge her. She's like the Russian Cardi B, no.
That's
Yeah,
I was
kinda,
gonna
yeah.
try to not say it.
I had to say it, but because
I
you
was
know
trying
why?
not to.
Shout out to Cardi B. I ain't throwing no shots, right? But you know what it is, right? He said he's a Russian prostitute, but it's like selling sex, right? And that's the essence of what I'm saying, is that in her videos, she has a past as a stripper.
Yeah, there's a parallel.
Yes, I don't want to say,
I
oh,
just
yeah,
don't
she's
want
a prostitute.
because all the strippers
I mean?
are gonna come at us.
Right. I don't.
They don't like to be called prostitutes.
They
or
do
queer.
not.
Well,
like
but the
that.
thing is, Germany, they are prostitutes. There's something different because it's
It's
legal
legal.
there. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
legal. It's
legal.
not
Yeah,
like
I got you.
So
But
their line
that's
of
just
work
the
is
They
vibe.
got to work with that,
That's
man.
just how that's just how a lot of the strippers are here. To my experiences with them.
Yep, you're right. You're correct.
But-
They like to draw the line.
and
They
then
like
cross
to-
the line, but you
know.
can't mention the
don't-
line
yeah,
crossing.
yeah.
Elephant
I
in the
feel you.
room.
I feel you. I feel
You know. Oh yeah.
But I won't touch on that further.
Yeah, the female rap scene. So I mean, Amsterdam. What is Amsterdam like? Where you guys at in Germany? How far is Amsterdam from that?
It's I drive there I drive there to work. I can say I can say a lot of times maybe every week I go to Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Yeah, and it's from Frankfurt. It's 5 hours by car. Just 5 hours by car. Go there, sleep there, come back the next day.
That's a dream.
And there's a good marijuana and everything.
Yeah.
You can buy there but it's very difficult to get on across the border. Then
Okay.
they do a lot control stuff and so.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
It better.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
They better do
I
it.
know. I'm not gonna speak any further. on it.
Yeah.
They
And
better.
if you speak from Amsterdam, from the Netherlands, you know maybe how the guys called there. Dope DOD, you know? Dope DOD?
Dope DOD? No.
Yeah, you don't know? Okay. Yeah, it's also famous. They do rap music in English. Yeah,
Okay.
and but they bring some message. You know, they got crazy videos and stuff, and but they also get message, but not with the auto tune. Yeah, just but in another way. You know,
Right. They sing, but they sing it naturally with their own voice.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Or at least with traditional auto-tune, as I like to call it.
What's traditional?
Traditional is in the 90s
T-Pain.
when Cher...
No.
No. That's
Okay.
not traditional.
Okay.
Traditional is the earliest use of auto-tune where Cher was the only person that really had it, and she didn't tell anybody because they're using it to mask error, not do weird fluctuations.
Okay, yeah.
That's what an auto-tune, especially Antares, is originally for and designed for. To hide, issues. And
Yeah.
then... people got in the studio, and T-Pain got in the studio and was like, what if I just turn all of this up? What would that sound like? And then everybody's modern understanding of auto-tune was born. But I still like to use traditional myself. And it's fun because you often won't tell people. Like, I'll probably do it to you and you won't notice,
Right. Hey, no, I'll know because I'll sound a lot better. I'm like, hey. I
No, I'll
don't
keep
sound
it
like
subtle.
that.
I'll let it be just enough off where you'll be like,
I'll be like,
that's
I
not
was on that night. I was on. That sounded great. Push that button again. Yeah. Push the sober button. I wish there was a sober button, but that's great. I love that. So next question has to be this one. What's up with the autobon?
What's up with it?
Gotta know what's good. Nah, I gotta know. Everybody has an experience, man. Everybody has an autobahn experience.
Oh, so
except
you're looking
me.
for stories?
Yes, that's what I thought we were doing. Looking for stories. Looking for something that goes fast.
All right. Hev has an obscure story request. Do you have any
I
Autobahn stories?
was requested to do something obscure, right? So there it is. But yeah, go ahead. Any autobahn stories?
I just have Autobahn stories because of the police, because I'm not driving too fast, but they pull me over and they control my whole car, One Autobahn story maybe, also away from Germany to the Netherlands, yeah. We rent a car and the car rental, they do something wrong because of the name of my friend and stuff, yeah. But I rent the car, and my friend was a second driver, yeah, and he get in the car, go to the autobahn to the Netherlands, yeah, and then not the normal police, the military police stopped him over, yeah, and they see, okay, he's Albanian, yeah, he's from Albanian, so they look at him, they look at the car, and they say, go out, go. We take the car, and in middle of the autobahn, he has to walk like, I don't know. It was also 2 hours to Amsterdam.
God.
by car, you know, but he
had to walk.
And because just he was Albanian, they let him go like this, but he don't know where to go in 1 o'clock in the night. You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they just took the car and and the car was gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Military
Shout out
police.
to the
Military
MPs,
police.
huh?
Military police, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, military police fucking shit up, man.
Police fucking shit up.
Yeah.
True. Here.
But he's like the extra. The military police is like the extra fucked up guy.
I've run into one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking up a buddy from a. Anyways,
All right.
but one
like that.
one thing I am curious about is what, like, I don't know how the beef that American hip hop has in the mainstream comes across in other parts of the world. I don't know if that's done in other parts of the world. I don't know if people like or don't like it in other parts of the world. What's your perception of?
6ix9ine. What's the latest? Well, what's the latest? Or what come across Germany from the United?
UFO had a song with Richard Kidd too.
Yeah.
Sprite, they had a
Yeah.
song too. The thing is, since the German industry is growing, I don't think you have like the people who like American hip hop, and you got the people they like German hip hop, and you got some in between that like both, you know. So I don't know. I don't think they turned out so well when it comes to clicks. Some German songs did way better from them than with the feature of American guy, because it's kind of, you know, some people just want to hear the German guy and then confused getting, you know. But the thing with 6ix9ine, I think they did very well because they had a really nice video too.
He started over there too, is a huge thing where he was rejected in New York, where he's from, and he went to, you know, Slavic countries to really like where he basically via the internet you can kind of see where people fuck with you, and he was like, oh look, people fuck with me over here, I'm gonna go over here, build a name, and then come back and force it on everybody, which is what happened with him. But it's kind of that's one part of what he did that I am a big fan of, and I'm kind of looking at myself. That you guys low-key have me looking at Germany right now. It's like, should I start running some ads over there? Like you guys big on Facebook, or you on Instagram? Where do I run some ads in Germany?
In Germany, no, on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
on
Instagram is still a good deal right now for the ads.
Yep,
I'm going to run some fucking
definitely.
ads in Germany. Let's see if I can get a tour going over there, man. But
Make that move.
But actually, that's an answer to a very interesting question. Actually, was not my question. I probably, due to the term I chose, beef, didn't really get what I was asking across there. Rappers here like to have issues with each other and talk shit and diss tracks.
Yeah, they do the same thing.
Yeah, like how prevalent is that over there?
Well, they do the same thing. I mean, they not shot each other till now, but
Oh, that's just
most of the
recently
time-
started up?
Most of the time.
Most of
Did
the
you
time-
just evolve to that point?
Well, the thing is, like, the gun law is very hard in Germany. So
No.
it's
Okay, yeah.
it's way harder to get a gun. You're not allowed to carry with you. You got to have a lot of permissions and stuff like that. And it's different, you know. And you can't shoot nobody on your ground like that.
No, you
know.
can. You can. I also.
But you will still go to jail. I mean, you can, but you go to jail.
yeah, you,
Yeah,
no,
you
you
can.
go to
There's
jail.
some places here where that's true, where there is stand your ground laws, but not everywhere in America has them. You know,
Okay.
just in case you are ever
Yeah.
strapped in a different state. Florida does. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
thought so.
Yeah.
And we
They
just
should have
went
told you
in
that
the-
before you walked
Yeah.
onto my property.
Yeah, yesterday, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we just walked.
Yeah.
I brought him to like a Airbnb living where he stays, and we went into the wrong house. Just went into the backyard.
Ooh.
People would be
Yeah.
chilling, like they're
Here.
looking at us, like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "Oh, it's a rental." They'd be like, "No, it's not."
Go out.
Oh yeah, right in the backyard.
Yeah, you sounds like you got lucky.
Yeah. I told him.
Yeah, yeah,
I told him when we walked in.
I just come on, walk in, don't give a fuck. And then, what?
It's like, yo, what's up, man? Let me get
Yeah,
something to drink.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
me get that, man. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
drinking over there? That's
Right,
good, man. Yeah, all right, go give me something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
And then get shot. Bad for a drink.
So I guess keeping down that line of questioning a little bit, is there like a Pac and Biggie of, like, you know, they were the ultimate beef.
Well, the thing is,
for that era.
right now, actually, there were two rappers called Katar and Haftbefehl, which are actually pretty close all the time. And Katar has two new signings, and one of his signings is like breaking all records in Germany right now. Like the first night, and we're talking about Germany, right? The first night he got like 10 million views on the song. Talking about Germany, you know what I mean?
right,
It's like
right.
different.
I
You
got
don't
you.
have,
I got you.
you know.
I'm
And
compensating.
right, and now he, well, they went in kind of beef because I think Haftbefehl kind of wanted the rapper too, and so right now it's very messed up between those. First of all, I thought it's the regular stuff they see on TV just to make some news about hip hop right now. But I was asking the guys from behind,
And they're like, nah, the
nah,
Beatles really are breaking
that's
up.
real right now because it's about a lot of money,
Yeah.
So, but
John and Paul were not feeling each other anymore.
right.
No, that's real. That's not Hollywood.
Yeah, but it just started like recently. There was also some beef between some rappers, like it got to be like that, and it's good for promotion stuff. But right now, I think it kind of really gets into because they're local, it's not like one is in Berlin, one is in Frankfurt. It's like local, So,
So I see you on
yeah,
the street.
yeah,
Every day.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. But that's how it is.
That's interesting. I'm curious about such things. But
That's what's up. It's a good question because you never know how the orientation over there is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things they don't like. Their industry is different. What's appreciated there is like even if you watch their videos and stuff like that, they can get away with showing all the gritty and gutter and all of that. They're not. You know what I mean? Because even though remember that video you showed me where the guy was doing it kind of like an American style.
Which video?
The video with the ice cream truck and the girl.
Oh yeah, Alex Sesh.
Right.
Alex Sesh.
Now,
yeah,
this
yeah.
video, when he said that, I didn't understand the American style until he showed me someone else imitating what they do. And it was true, but it's funny to see it bounce off and come back to, and look at it. It's like, damn, these are how videos are filmed. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because their videos now are the grittier and the gutter. Like, this is what I want to see. These things like the old buildings and the backgrounds of the junkyard and everything like that. And the hard lyrics with the dope beat, that shit can chart over there. That won't chart here.
definitely, and that's one of the obvious differences for I guess us when we like look at what that scene looks like because it's definitely bleeding through. You know what I mean? Like, believe it or not, we as Americans, or at least the rapper ones that like to hear things that are going on, are aware that that's a hub, like that place is happening, and that's kind of, especially the ones who are interested in expanding outward or going elsewhere, because this market is wildly saturated with musicians. Where we can definitely often, like, a lot of us go to Japan, a lot of people will do the 6ix9ine route in those countries in eastern area there, but wherever you can get it, if you need to be doing that particular, like, if you're gonna play ball in some Japanese league, as long as you're playing ball,
like Floyd right now, he's knocking cats out overseas. 1 round knockouts, $1 million.
Oh yeah, did you see that? That shit was crazy. But okay, so that's interesting. I was also curious if there's all right, so for example, you already know what time it is a phrase that annoys the shit out of me when I hear it in the beginning of a song, because 70% of hip-hop songs in America start, you already know what time it is, you know what I mean? Is there like a German equivalent or something like that is overused, or is it too young still for there to be such a cliche?
And the most starts with yeah.
So classic. Like, I'm about to go in the cipher. Like,
yeah.
I mean, actually, most of the rappers, they got their own words. They say the main rappers, the big ones, they kind of separate. Everybody got his own
signature.
That's
signature.
very American too.
Yeah.
It's. I remember that J. Cole line. Oh, I finally got my ad lib. Like, he did it on a record, just as a freestyle, and then he left the rant on the album where he's like, "Oh, I finally got my fucking ad lib. I've been looking for everybody got their ad lib." It was a little bitch.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a funny one.
Yeah.
But I'm just like things I'm curious about with American hip hop is just kind of what I'm equating question wise to you.
Yeah.
But Hev, help me out here. Give me
What?
something else.
You need something else?
Yeah, I mean,
Another obscure moment?
No, questions. We're looking for questions.
No, I got nothing. But that was pretty much what I wanted to do. I took my little tour. I found out what happened on autobahn. You know what I'm saying? Food is my next movement because I'm a chef by trade in other areas. So, food and beer.
And beer.
Have I talked to you about the show that I'm going to be producing?
No,
Oh man, I'm trying to like get you lined up to be an early guest on this.
I'm with it.
Lil Fort is going to be shooting a cooking show that I'm going to.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna be making food.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
All right, I'm
'Cause-
ready to shout out Lil Fortnite.
I mean, if you understand his personality at all, it'll be a good time. I see him as like the modern ODB. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's you know. Old dirty, okay.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Just making sure.
You gotta
I don't
know
know
who
these
ODB
things.
is. Wu-Tang.
But
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Nothing. Shout out to the RZA and Method Man and other. I was going to, you always saying, right?
Everybody.
Everybody else.
It would be really funny if
RZA,
you just
RZA.
literally sat there and started naming.
I
I'm
would've
curious
had
how
to.
far you could get. It's like trying to say pi. You
Yeah.
can't. You can never get to the end. But you know probably the first 5 numbers. 3.141159. You know with pi.
No, I don't even know the first 4.
Well, now you do.
Yep. Thank you. You learned something. See, I knew I was going to be learning today.
So you're not gonna try it?
Okay, no, hell yeah, I would try it. Just being a woo head, I'll try it. RZA, Jizza, old dirty bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the chef.
You're not even gonna
And
hit Ghost?
see, I missed Ghost.
You told me like 8, 9 just a couple of days ago.
I did,
Remember-
right? But,
yeah, you
but that
did.
was when I was just doing it on the fly. Now I'm under pressure. I tried to do it, but yeah, I know him, but I don't know him. But shout out to everybody. You know, if I missed anybody, shout out to.
If you missed anybody, you said I think 3%.
Yeah, well, they know they the clan. Shout out to the clan.
They
get away with it.
They run extremely deep.
Yeah, man. They know. They know there's too many of them. You can just say the clan, and everybody's like, all right, good. You got me.
I wouldn't just say the clan. You might be giving the wrong message there.
Damn, son.
What about Tech 9 here?
Oh yeah, Tech 9 he's the king of the underground world.
Yeah.
Like he's beyond it at this point, but he's always looked at as like, because he's always had the reputation of staying the most true to his craft, and
Yeah.
he stayed with strange music, like very strong loyalty, and even though he's had a lot of success and a lot of crazy features and things like that,
Yeah.
he's very weirdly grounded and stays on that path somehow.
Yeah, shout out to Tech 9 for staying focused, because he's the example to all of the independent artists that don't want to be pigeonholed or trapped to a contract.
Yes.
You know, we look at him and say, yo, we can do it. Because he's gotten so damn big on his own. Why can't
But he is also wildly incredible. So
He
like,
he
if you
connects
got that
well,
going
you
for
gotta,
you,
right, you got to also try to say, am I wildly incredible? That's what you need to be to compensate for that dream.
well, I think there's also a degree of if you need to be that and you want it bad enough, even though you're not, if you stay at it, you'll eventually get there. Like, passion is 90% persistence. Like, nobody, I mean, I guess not nobody, but most people don't start off good. I was fucking terrible. I might still be. I might, fucking listen to myself in 5 years and be like, oh, wow, yeah, still wasn't even close. But
You gotta grow, yeah.
I love it enough where I know I'm always going to get to the point where I'm good. You know what I mean?
And if you love what you're doing, then you can do nothing wrong.
Yeah,
If you have the passion.
Except give up.
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
But I did just want to make sure I left the cipher opportunity on the table, just in case anybody wanted to get something in that they didn't get.
I just can't spit one acapella.
Hey, if you don't want to come off the dome, if you have writtens, I mean, I don't know if you're at a point where you prepare things for anything.
It's just something that is in my head, you know.
That's where it's got to be.
Yeah. Hopefully. But on this beat,
Too chill.
oh, freestyle is for me. You're also freestyling,
Yeah.
Yeah, freestyling. A lot of years I do not freestyle, you know. But
It's like riding a
I
bike,
can do like a freestyle, but you don't understand me either.
No,
That's your advantage.
That's the point. That's the point.
Like, you got to take it a run, and we'll be like, damn, he's probably killing it.
Yeah. And he's speaking just shit, you know.
And you two just like keep your secret, you know?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I won't tell nobody.
You just react the same as us.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Holy shit. You just put some spice on it. Like, damn, I didn't know you could even rhyme those 2 words.
That happens when I smoke too much. You know. Then there come rhymes out that never rhymes. In my
I guess there's an Eminem influence for me when it comes to bending words to
he
fit.
does it a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when he was around the relapse time. It was like, oh, you're just going full accent to make this work, huh? He was rapping with just the craziest fucking accents at that point. That was Relapse, I'm thinking, right?
Yes.
That's around when I stopped being like, okay, I need to listen to every album. You know what I mean?
He did it once on the Eminem show, I think it was, too. With the shaboing, boing, boing.
Yeah.
He definitely had like sprinkles of it before that. You could see like he always kind of had it in his repertoire, but then when Relapse came around, he was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking
full accent,
do whatever. Like, I don't know if you listened through that one, but there was some really good songs on there too.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the most slept on one because he trashes it, and I hate that because he doesn't trash some of the projects that I think are trash.
I don't think I like the fact that he did that. Put his own artwork down. Or
in the next album,
art.
he said the last CDs in my trash in the single of the next album.
Yeah, and you know, he goes a step further, even in the video, having people step on it and break it. I was like, nah, man, if your fans think that, that's cool. But you saying that confirms it no matter what people think. And music is for people to think that. Music is for people to compare you to you. You're defeating yourself. How bad is that?
You
know what
love
I'm saying?
seeing
It's him
someone
being
who
compared
has
to
to
him.
really try something different. You know, I love the Andre 3000 artistry level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he can't help but do something different. And I feel like that's the him that he's hiding because he wants the acceptance more than...
That's why I like what Kendrick did. He came out with his album. He could have did it, like Charlamagne said it. He could have did a good Kid, Mad City on a second go round, and he didn't. And
Yeah, man,
you know,
he
said he
he's
got
always
this
moving
advice.
forward.
He got this advice from Jay-Z: just go completely left after your success. Go completely left, and from that point, you can do whatever you want. Your fans will expect anything because you've already taken them from what they love to something completely left, which they're gonna love. They just gotta learn to love, and once they do learn to love, they'll expect you to jump around like that. They'll expect you to come with something new to the ears every time, and I think that's what Outkast did that we talk about a lot. And
Andre is literally at the tip of the artist spectrum. Like, I consider it a spectrum between craftsman and artist. And like, a lot of people find one thing that works for them and they stick with it, and I see that as more the craftsman side. But he's so like, everything had to be the next level or totally satisfy him in a different way every time. And he's the master of it, in my opinion, just because he did it and went diamond doing it. And there's only 5 diamond hip-hop albums still. You know what I mean? And he did the weirdest thing he could and did that. And on
he
top of that,
captured a lot of shit,
it was the opposite of what everybody wanted. Everybody loved Outkast, top of the world at that point. They're like, what's the thing we could do to piss them off most? Totally separated, 2 separate albums in one.
Yes.
And they fucking did that. And nobody wanted it, but they did because they were like, yo, this is what we need to do. Like, the next level for us is expanding away from each other.
I actually heard there was a situation where they couldn't work together, and that was them being geniuses and the deals that they signed because Dre was going into movies. And
well, either way, they like a normal artist or duo would play the safe route and not do that. He's such the experimenter that he's like, fuck it, we can make that work. You know?
Yeah, I think they did a genius move, and I think both of them had like I Like the Way She Moves was a big single for Big Boy.
Oh yeah,
Huge.
are you
So
kidding
I think they murdered the game, showing them, look, you could try to take us separate, but then we'll go ahead and double deuce the album, give y'all 2 doses of, you know, red pill, blue pill kind of situation, and it blew up because you get the Andre, you get, you know, hey y'all, just, you know, that was done. After that record, everything was finished. And
How does Outkast look in Germany? Are they as revered as here?
Yeah, I
you
think,
a fan at all? Or?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm about to ask the favorite album question.
Oh,
So let that stew in your brain for a second.
oh, okay. Out of Outkast's catalog.
And I will be the first to go because I'm worried someone else is going to say what I would say. Aquemini is very much like perfection in record form.
Okay.
I feel like it had every level of every emotion. It was a journey all the way through. Everything about it was perfect, but introspective on the craziest levels, on both like our community level and me personally level. It was just a fucking masterpiece.
I think it's more, for me, it's like peanut butter and jelly, right? between AT Aliens and Educe.
I knew you were gonna go 18. I should have called you something.
Because because at the time I was coming off of Southern playalistic Cadillac music, and they were coming off the Bankhead bounce, them coming off of that type of Outcast, Players Ball Outcast.
Yeah,
and when I saw, I was kind of
pimps
expecting
to aliens,
that.
and
right.
then, but in Equemenide, that's addressed in that interlude where they go to the record store. You remember that?
Oh yes, and he's like, "Oh, don't call me no more." that skit right there,
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like they were able to do that, but Organized Noise was shout out to Organized Noise. They were very instrumental in the productions of certain things that people were doing. That was one thing. I saw a documentary that showed the work and detailed everything that went into a lot of the projects. And those brothers worked really hard, and they did a lot of work.
It was masterful.
Yeah.
And their origin story is just like they met in high school battling each other. Like they didn't like each other at first.
Okay.
That's
It's
crazy.
the perfect story. Every time starting as enemies makes you better friends, I think, because if you start as friends, you can go the enemy route. But
True. You get it out the way early.
yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, I hated you early. We're good now.
We already worked this out. We understand each other's boundaries. You know what I mean? But I still extend that question in case you did have a favorite on the Outkast front.
Track or album or what do you mean?
I mean, I guess if you have a track instead of album, but
Album AT Aliens.
AT Aliens also?
AT Aliens, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's classic. It's
Oh man, I can hear DF starting in my head, like picturing the green ass, blue ass cover. You know
I know with the comic book.
Also, their album artwork was always like the greatest fucking artwork
What is the latest album? I don't know.
of theirs?
Yeah,
that was the
Outkast.
double.
Probably
we're
like a
talking
best
about.
of. Or okay, I thought it
You're
was
saying most recent. Oh, was that afterward?
I don't know. That's why I said I thought it probably would have been a best of.
Because that had one like new track or like unreleased track or something, or a couple of them that were crazy. No, there was on the compilation album. There was like one or two. It was like right before Ain't No Thing But a Chicken Wing. You know what I mean? I remember
Ain't
it
no
was
thing
like,
with a chicken wing.
but yeah, man, that's for me. Andre is like the perfect rapper. That's got to be my favorite rapper, just because like I need that artistic fucking experiment, and I feel like it. I cripple myself with worrying about people's perception of it sometimes, but I also am just also always doing a million other things. So
Andre was the first one to
hard for me
show
to
us that
focus on
rappers
music.
could not dress like rappers and rap. He was the very first one to do that. We didn't have a Bootsy Collins in hip hop before him, and that's one of the main things outside of his lyrical abilities. That's one of the main things that I liked about him was that he brought a lot of. And then when the questions came up about it, he addressed it. Is he this? Is he gay? He addressed it, and it was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
I'll be all
what
right.
song was that?
Yeah.
And that's why I liked him, because he was like, okay, we don't know you, but I'm gonna address what you're thinking about from way over here, because I already know what you guys are saying. And at that time, the internet wasn't that big, so this was a big thing for him to say something that you wanted to know on a record. You know what I mean? So you could play it back and be like, "Aha, I told you." He's not playing. This is lyrical. This is artwork. This is something you're not on yet, So that's what I think I like.
But he wasn't afraid to be on something that people weren't on yet. Is the key to it all
from the beginning. It wasn't no matter what it was. I mean, from the white wigs, the little wigs with the furry pants, no shirt on.
Low key, maybe like a Freddie Mercury of hip hop.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I go with Bootsy Collins.
Well, I'll take that too. But Bootsy's almost close enough to hip hop where I want a bigger degree of separation in the comparison. That's just the rapper in me. But thank you, gentlemen, for being here for this. This was a lot of fun.
Definitely, it was nice to be here.
Yes,
I learned a couple things. Anybody have anything they wanted to add, or maybe shout out a handle of an IG? I'm definitely gonna, clip these up and promote and share, etc.
Yeah, for
As
sure.
I always do. So.
Go on Instagram. Oh, what is it called in IG? IG, yeah. Katarsiz with a Z on the end.
Katarsiz.
And I'm gonna definitely put that in
Put it
the
on,
description below, so you can figure out that spelling, because I need to figure it out.
We're also here for shooting a video.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
And there comes a new video also from 4Heavensake.
Yep.
Hey.
We are doing a lot of work with One-Take Kev. We were working, and he is doing a lot of work. I mean, he's doing some bionic director, simultaneously shooting,
Transformer,
light bending, creating. You know, I'm learning a lot. I'm a student in school right now when it comes to my brother shooting. Man, he's amazing. So
Thank you, bro.
that's definitely. Appreciate it.
That's a beautiful note to end on. This has been the Minds Wide Open podcast, episode 20. Thank you, motherfuckers, for listening. I love you.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Really cool.
Nice experience, man.
Yeah.
You do this more often, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to.
Podcast.
Yeah, you kind of killed that shit.
I'm positioning.